Okay, good morning guys. I hope everyone had a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. If that's what you celebrated, I know our family had a wonderful Christmas. And so now let's get back into the grind of the daily chores. And that today is making bread. So, today's French bread, this recipe will make 2 loaves. And it is super easy to do, and I'm super excited to bring you along for this because I got a pizza stone for Christmas, which you can also use, of course, for baking bread. So that's what we're going to be cooking this on today. So in here I have 1 3/4 cup of warm water, and then 2 tablespoons of yeast and 1 tablespoon of sugar, and I let this proof for about 10 minutes. You can see it is nice and foamy, and that means our yeast is good and we are ready to add in our last couple ingredients. The first being our flour, salt, and that's it. So we need a teaspoon of salt. And I'm just kind of eyeballing this because I don't feel like digging around for my stuff, my measuring spoons. Okay, so that's about a teaspoon of salt. And then you want 4 cups of flour. So this is my 4 cups of just regular unbleached flour. I have my dough hook on. And we are going to put this on low speed and just let it do its thing until everything is incorporated, and then we're going to let it go for an additional few minutes, 5-7 minutes to knead until it pulls all the stuff and pretty much cleans your bowl for you, and then we'll know it's good to go and we can start with the rising process. That's why I said this is so easy. If you have one of these, a KitchenAid with the dough hook, it does all the work for you. Not that I don't love kneading dough by hand, because I do, but if you don't have a lot of kitchen counter space, which I don't, this is a great way to get your bread done. So you can see, unlock it. You can see that it has all come together. It bounces back, and my bowl is clean. That is, and it's not sticky anymore. So that is how you know your dough is ready to rise. So it's super easy. Take my dough hook off, and then I just get some oil. And I'm just going to lightly oil around the side of my bowl. And then just take your dough and kind of roll it around, get it coated. And then I'm going to cover this and let it go, excuse me, madam, let it go in a draft-free area until it doubles in size. Usually takes about an hour, so I'll bring you back once it's risen. Okay, so you can see that our dough has risen. I'm going to be using my stone, and so I've just sprinkled it with some cornmeal, and that just makes it to where it's going to slide right off whenever it's done cooking. Or you could just use a regular baking sheet. It's really up to you. So this again makes 2 loaves, so I went ahead and I've punched it down, and now I'm going to get half of it, and I don't use anything special except my eyes to try and get it halfway. Now on a clean surface, and you could use a rolling pin if you prefer that method. I just use my hands, and this should not stick onto your surface because we did oil it and it wasn't sticky to begin with. Okay, so I have a little shape going on, and you just want to roll it like you would a cinnamon roll. Like so. Pinch. Pinch the sides and roll them under. And that looks good. So then this is going to go sit right on the board that I'm going to be putting in the oven. And then just do the same thing to your other one. Super easy. And now this is going to do a second rise until it doubles in size. This time it should only take about 30 minutes. And I also go ahead and have my oven preheated to 375 degrees. Make sure you're not putting holes in your loaf. And this will give it a nice crumb. A French bread doesn't have a lot of airy holes in it, so we're not worried about leaving air pockets. Or we are worried about, we don't want to leave air pockets. Pinch, pinch, pinch. Form it again. Alright, now this is going to go for a second rise. Okay, so these have now doubled in size, and I wanted to go ahead and tell you, you could make this into one big loaf versus two medium-sized loaves, which I do if I'm doing French toast and I want a nice big French toast, or if I'm stuffing my French bread, I will make one big loaf. But for the context that I'm using these, for the recipe I'm using these in, I'm okay with having two smaller loaves because if nothing else, I will freeze one for later use. So, my oven is preheated to 375, and again, I have just a tiny bit of cornmeal down on the bottom. And now, you could do slits in yours if you wanted with a sharp knife. And make some slits, and that's just aesthetically pleasing to the eye. It does not make the bread taste better or worse, and in this case, I'm not doing it. I am, however, going to be doing an egg wash. So I have about a teaspoon of water beat very well with 1 egg, and now I'm just going to brush this all over my 2 loaves. And this will give it a nice golden brown crust, and it'll just be absolutely delicious. Now this will go for 15 minutes, and then I will egg wash a second time, and then it'll go for up to 10 more minutes. At that point, you're looking to make sure that the crust is a nice golden brown, and then you'll know it's done. For my oven, it takes the 15 minutes and then the 10 minutes. So just watch it because every oven does things a little differently. So there we go. This is going in the oven 15 minutes, and then I'll do a second egg wash and then 10 more minutes. Alright, here it is. And no, they are not perfect, but I don't care because they are absolutely delicious. And this is what you're looking for, a nice golden brown. Have a nice hard crust. Now these just came out, so I will not be opening them up. I'm gonna let them cool, and then we'll have them for dinner. But I just wanted to show you the beauties. I love it. And also this, see if I can pick it up without burning myself. It comes right off, so nothing sticks. Just a little bit of cornmeal and you're good to go. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.